All right, I am here with Mike LaMonica, three-time national record holder on the Masters swimming circuit, standing here with a celebrity today, and we're going to dive into his story. He's also a coach and a lot more. Welcome to... Before we get into all of that, though, Mike, we got to do our rapid-fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. You get to choose, for question number one, you get to choose to have dinner with any celebrity, past or present. Who are you choosing?
I would choose Lucille Ball.
Oh,
I love Lucy. I love Lucy.
That's awesome. How about your favorite cartoon character of all time?
Well, I kind of like the Munsters, even though it's not a cartoon character.
That's awesome.
I subscribe to their YouTube channel. It's kind of cartoony. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. How about your favorite movie of all time?
Goodfellas.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite candy bar?
I do not.
No candy bar.
Although my swim's over, I did have a couple of Kit Kats yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about your favorite post-meet meal?
Is the meet over or is there a day two?
Meet's over. There's no day two. You just finished.
Meet's over. I'll have a burger and a beer. Yeah.
There you go.
And I'll probably have fries. And I might have another beer, but I don't drink that much. But
Post meet, yeah.
Post meet, yes.
Perfect. All right. The last question I have for you: what is your favorite thing that you've experienced or seen with the Swim Strong program?
I think you're calling it a program is doing yourself a disservice. It's a movement, which is what I really like about what you guys are doing across the board. It's not just a program. Anybody can do a program. And I think you have across the nation buy-in, and you're doing special things. And it's really important what you guys are doing. Like the water stuff is fine. Anybody can swim. But I'll give you a quote from Eddie Reese. It was a throwaway in an interview. He said,
"Going fast is directly related to strength. There are no magic wands out there.
Going fast is directly related to strength. There are no magic wands. So, you can do all the water work in the world like we did back in the day. But I think that it's more important what you do out of the water as an athlete. I think that the best athletes out of the water are going to come into the pool and be better athletes. This is a sport of coordinated people and strong people and mobile, flexible people. And so,
we appreciate that for sure.
I mean it. Yeah.
We appreciate that. Well, you did an awesome job with the rapid fire questions, Mike. And now I'm excited to get into your story. So I want to start just with a little bit of background. So for everybody watching and myself included, just what's your story and how you got into swimming in the first place, and then coaching and master swimming. You've had an awesome journey, and just kind of, can you give us a recap of kind of how you got to where you are and how you fell in love with the sport?
Well, my first race I won was it was in 1968. It was a 20-yard backstroke.
That's so awesome.
It was a gold 20-yard backstroke, and I swam for a Badger Swim Club in Westchester County, New York. And I swam there from when I was 8 till when I was 22. And I wish that was more of a thing these days. I'm seeing too much club hopping. Find a great place and stick it out. And I was proud to say that I was once a Badger and always a Badger. Consistency and staying with it. Too many kids these days have an Amazon Prime mentality. I want to do this, and I want it to show up tomorrow or today. And I think that a lot of our kids have lost the art of waiting and patience. Parents too, maybe even worse. I think that,
that can be true.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, I know you want great for your kids, but this is a very long lead sport. What you put in today, is not, who knows what it's going to show up. I was driving home from my national records recently in Orlando, and I said, wow, that's done. And I thought to myself, I didn't do this today. I did this a year ago.
That's awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
But you know, it's really true, and it can be frustrating for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
You know, and parents. They want to see results too quickly.
It's a good point, because you know, the Amazon Prime mentality. I might steal that analogy, but that's awesome. You have social media, and you just have like attention spans that you're like 3 seconds and I'm to the next thing, if that, and you just want results so quickly, like that microwave effect. I'm glad you said that, because I do feel like waiting and patience. That's how every great, phenomenal athlete or person in whatever they're doing gets there, is by patience, discipline, consistency. And so I appreciate you sharing that. And so you were with the same club team from 8 to 22. And then what was next for you after that in your swimming journey?
I did swim in college, Division I school, 4 years.
Awesome.
And then I took a 30-year break.
Wow.
That'll rest your shoulders.
There you go.
I'll tell you that. Although I did take a 30-year swimming break, but I did keep in shape. I did keep. It just wasn't water shape. Then in 2015, I had a hernia operation. My doctors said for rehab, do you know how to swim? I said, yeah. He said, do you like to swim? I said, no. I mean, you know, swimming is a very hard thing. But I did it. I started swimming again in 2015. And then somebody said to me, you know something, the time you just did is second in the nation in practice in 55 to 59. I said, oh, okay.
That's wild.
It was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I didn't set out for world records or, you know, United States records, but yeah, I kind of started as a result of rehab about 10 years ago.
Let me ask you a question about that. So you said, you took a 30-year break from swimming, and you didn't really want to get back into it, but it was, recommended for rehab, being a low impact sport, way to get in shape. And can you tell me what fed into the mentality of like feeling like, hey, when I was done, and I didn't really want to get back into it, but now it seems like there's a joy that you have in doing this sport. Maybe, I don't know if it's different from when you were, would you say that it's a lot different from when you were younger? Like, what are the differences between first stage of swim career, second stage of swim career for you?
First stage of swim career, when I started swimming, goggles weren't invented.
That would make it not as fun.
No. So it is different now. We also used to do a lot more yardage and a lot more mornings. You know, so it was a much bigger grind. I mean, we were doing 13,000 a day. I mean, wow. You know, we were doing, whatever it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So when you're done, it was a big relief. But the sport's different now, and I have different goals now. And I love coaching. I love coaching my masters. I love coaching the kids. I also coach the kids. That's cool. You know, I found a new enjoyment and love for it through coaching also. And my masters, it's great. We have a great training group with a lot of fast people. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so now in this second stage of the swim career, finding a new joy in it, and obviously training a lot different from when you did when you were younger. What in terms of like just going to practice and going to swim meets and competitions, you're breaking national records and making it look regular now at this point. But is it for you, like, do you feel like you have a much better perspective of like, hey, if I get the times, like I get the times, but it's not like a stressor, like maybe like it was when you're competing when you're younger? Can it still be stressful? Can it still be really hard? Are there rough days that you go through, or do you feel like there's just a level of enjoyment that you're just enjoying the whole process?
That's a really good question. Leading up to a meet, it's a hassle. I mean, because I'm doing people say, what do you do? The answer is everything. I do the training, I do the eating, I do the sleeping, I do the stretching, I do the recovery, and it's like, I don't miss. That's my secret, kids. I don't miss.
That's awesome.
I don't miss. But so I'm relieved that the meet is done. I swam this morning. I didn't have to. It was fun. But, you know, it's like
Great.
competing at a high level in anything, especially, at least for me in Masters, it's like, you know, it's a whole big project to babysit. And you can't miss. If there's lightning, you got to figure out an alternative. If there's weather, if it's cold, if the heater's broken, I mean, you can't just, you know, you got to stay wet, you got to stay in shape, you got to stay on your game, and you got to stay away from your daughter's Fruit Loops.
That's hilarious. That mindset is like just fantastic for just consistency. Like consistency is key. Like there's no crazy secret. You just heard Mike say, everybody, like his secret is that he doesn't miss. But it's not that he's overdoing it or anything. It's just being consistent and is still enjoying what he's doing. But if you ever want to be excellent at anything, there is always a cost. There is always a sacrifice. There is always a significant amount of discipline that takes place, and not just discipline with the work. I love how you talked about your sleep and your nutrition, and the recovery side is just as important as the training side, because the training is affected by the recovery. So it's really inspiring to hear that. And I think, you know, a couple of our staff, shout out Sean and Greg, were at the Rowdy Gaines Masters meet with you, and they got to witness you breaking a national record in that was the 100 short course meter butterfly, correct?
Correct.
The most recent one. And
yes.
They were just in awe and then loved just being on deck, talking with you, just a joy that you have for the sport. And so it's like, you're working like crazy, but you are inspiring people, loving what you're doing and soaking in the moments and doing things that a lot of people probably say like aren't possible, and yet you're doing it. We hope you're enjoying this week's podcast. We want to take a quick break to shout out our sponsors. Resistance bands are a must-have for dryland. Elite Athlete Power Band kits are designed to give you a cost-effective way to improve performance and reduce the risk of injury. These high-quality kits last longer and are versatile enough to provide total body workouts anywhere, anytime. The levels of resistance are ideal for progressing youth athletes without weight increases that are too large. Go to the link provided on the Swim Strong Dryland website, click on the Training tab, and search Equipment Suggestion Lists, and get your Elite Athlete resistance bands today. Attention all high school and club swimmers and divers. Are you ready to take your talents to the next level and dive into the collegiate scene? Look no further than ACC Recruiting, your premier destination for college swimming and diving recruitment education. At ACC Recruiting, we specialize in connecting student athletes with the perfect collegiate programs that match their skills and academic aspirations. Our experienced team will guide you through the recruitment process, providing personalized support every stroke of the way. Don't let your dreams sink. Visit ACC Recruiting today and make a splash in your future. Dive into success with ACC Recruiting, where champions are born. Visit our website now or call us at 314-518-8844. That's 314-518-8844. ACC Recruiting, your gateway to collegiate swimming and diving excellence. I know we're all trying to get better in the pool, which requires countless hours of training both in and out of the water. With that, I bet every swimmer has experienced dry, damaged skin and hair, not to mention the itchiness and lingering chlorine smell. I recently discovered TryHard, and after a few great conversations, we decided to team up to improve every swimmer's experience in and out of the pool. TryHard offers chlorine removal products specifically designed for swimmers to remove chlorine, hydrate your skin, eliminate those chlorine odors, and even minimize those annoying goggle marks. It's the perfect post-swim TLC for all swimmers, letting you focus on your sport without worrying about permanent skin and hair damage. If you're interested in learning more, click the link below. They've kindly offered you 20% off to give them a try with code STRONG, STRONG. Let us know your thoughts, and happy chlorine-free swimming. Now, back to our episode. So I just think that's really cool, and I know you coach as well. Can you talk a little bit about your coaching journey, and then I want to tie them together, but what made you get into coaching? So you finished swimming, and then how did that transpire?
Yeah, I coach at Gulliver Prep here in Pinecrest, Florida. My son went to school there, and I'm a really present dad. He was a football player. And so I was always, they wanted me to coach, but I was always at his practice. I was always doing travel ball. I was always, doing something with my son. And, after he graduated, and now I have younger children, I have a little bit of time to coach. I make time to coach. My wife is great with supporting me doing it. But then again, a lot of this stuff I do before everybody's up. So I'm not taking away from my family time.
What's your average wake up time?
3:50.
3, yeah, you get that. That's a 3. Just everybody's
3:50. It's 3:50. Yes,
Wow.
it's 3. Yeah, it's 3:50. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And it's early. I go to bed with my children, my little ones.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, tiny. Yeah, I mean, like I'm little again. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about in the coaching? So coaching with Gulliver. How long have you been there now, coaching?
I've been there 3 years now. And so my son graduated from Gulliver and he went on to Vanderbilt to play football.
Awesome. Wow.
Which is amazing, on a scholarship. He got 31 scholarship offers. This is one thing I want to tell everybody. Do not coach your kid. Find a coach, find a coach or a program, get them there fed, rested, in a good mood. Let your coaches do your job.
That's so great. Yeah, that's
what I did with my son, and it really worked. And I'm doing it with. I have 3 children. I've never given them one swim lesson.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's a tough thing, I think, for a lot of parents. Is obviously there's some coaches who are parents, but and it's unavoidable situations. But for 99.9% of cases, like, parents are not the ones coaching their kids and shouldn't be the ones, and the coaches are there for a reason. So I love that you said that, because that's something that I think can really get in the way of the psyche of a kid and the development of a kid, is having 2 different people that you have to listen to trying to coach you. And it's tough for a kid to decide, well, do I listen to what my mom and dad said, or do I listen to what coach said? And so it's really cool that you were in swimming your whole life, coach swimming and still swim, but you didn't coach your kids because you knew the coaches were there to do their job. I mean, that's like a dream.
I don't tell the doctor where to slice. And you shouldn't either.
Yes.
They're professionals who are good at what they do. They're reading off of really good sheet music. I mean, we're all saying the same thing, so they should listen to the pros.
That's great. Yeah. So for you, what's in terms of like kind of your goals now, and kind of what you're aspiring for as like next steps for Mike, national record holder Mike? What are the next steps that you have in your swim journey? Things that you have on your mind right now that you hope to accomplish?
Well, I just want to, most of all, stay healthy and enjoy it. I mean, like, I'm in really good shape now. It's really, I mean, I'm 64 actually, but so in meters you swim in the year, the age you're going to be in that year. In meters. Yeah. So I'm going to be 65 this year, so I swam in the 65.
You look like you're in your 40s, man. I'm not going to lie.
Yes. I'm going to issue Swim Strong Dryland a challenge with what's next. My time, and I did the math for you next, is the old United States records was 105.37. We went 104.84 in the 400 IM split.
Oh, wow.
So that was a record.
Okay.
And then I went 104.22, which was the ultimate national record. Swim Strong Dryland Challenge. The world record is 103.85. Let's see what we can do on that.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Why not try it? It's only 4 laps. It's only 4 laps, man.
Yeah. It's a hard 4 laps, but it's only 4 laps. That's right.
It is. Yeah.
We may have to, if you're breaking world records, I mean, we may have to make a push now that we're really diving full speed into the Masters world. We may have to make some Masters record boards.
Okay, that would be good. Yeah,
that may have to be the thing, and then the world records will be the standard there. And you're
I wish that Masters. I think it's really important for Masters to do strength and flexibility training. I swim Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I do strength training Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. That would be strength training. That could be weights. That could be bands. That could be, abs. So I wish that our Masters, we could do it, but we're basically a swim-based program. On Mondays, we do a CrossFit type workout, which is, ball slams and then dives and then sprints and then squats at the other end. And,
yeah.
So we do like conditioning. We do conditioning Mondays. We do stroke Wednesdays. We do fast Fridays. We raced this morning.
That's so great.
And then Saturdays we do a lot of leg stuff.
Talk to me about your fast Fridays. What do you do on a fast Friday? Like, what was this morning?
Yeah, this morning was actually a classic fast Friday, 6 100s on 6 minutes, descend, full meet warm up, by the way, extra warm up for Masters, injury prevention. Warm muscles are fast muscles too.
That's true. That's very true.
So 6 100s, descend 1 through 3, 4 through 6. Same stroke. So if you did free on 1 through 3, you want to do IM on 4 through 6. Also, we did 1 test sprint at 70%. So we did 7 100s. Just get a dive off and make sure you don't pull a hamstring and a little extra preparation for the old people.
That's perfect. That's perfect. The thing. Well, I'm curious. I really appreciate your time being on here. By the way, it's been an absolute privilege, and I have 2 more questions I want to ask you to pick your brain. So one is, what is your favorite swim set to do? Do you have a favorite like training set in practice?
I kind of do. It's X number of 75s, and I call it one-way ticket to hell. It's so we're going. So if we go one way, it's fly, free, fly, free, fly, free, fly, free, fly, free, fly, free.
Okay.
So and just it allows you to do good butterfly. Recommendation to everybody: don't do garbage butterfly.
Yeah.
No garbage butterfly. As long you got to keep your stroke together. And when your stroke starts falling apart, you got to build up to it. But I do like doing one way.
That's fantastic. Thanks. And then the other question I'm curious about, just because with your illustrious career and different things as an athlete, coach, an athlete again, and athlete coach combination, when you think about your favorite moments in your swim career? I know this is a big question and maybe hard to answer. If there's a couple of moments that come to mind, you can share them. But what are like a couple of main moments when you're like just thinking, like when you think about this sport and just the most exciting moments that you'll never forget? What are a couple that come to mind, or one that comes to mind that you can think of?
One that was really exciting is the Big East conference. I won the Big East. I won the Big East conference.
That's
the first year there was such a thing as a Big East.
Oh wow!
So I was a Big East record holder.
That's a cool thing.
Which was very cool. So that was very cool. This weekend was also very cool.
Heck yeah.
Of memorability was my suit fell off in a 500.
That'll do it too.
In a dual meet. Yeah. But I did not stop, and I came in second. Message to the kids there: don't stop.
That's so wild, man.
But I'm serious. I did. It's you asked about memory. That was memorable.
That's memorable. That is absolutely memorable.
Yeah.
Well, final thing, just a bonus one. If you could give your younger self advice, looking back now at how you would do your swim career differently when you were younger, something that you would tell someone who's young now in age group swimming, club swimming, college, whatever, what's something that you wish you would have known, or that you would have told to your younger self that would have benefited you?
I think that stay with it a little bit better. I remember there was times when it was, you're at the end of the season, it's like late, and your focus gets a little, your focus gets a little blur. And I just put that into practice this weekend. Every day of a meet is the first day. Every race is the first race. And I think that, I wish that I had stayed tougher longer. And I would encourage everybody to stay tough. This is not for weak. This is a hard sport. It's a hard sport on kids. It's a hard sport on adults, but it's maybe more enjoyable. I would say that I would wish I would have stayed tough. Even though I stayed tough, it's like when when do you say I did enough? And, you never know, but you can always, I think you can always do more, and you can always dig deeper into yourself. You don't have to be a fast swimmer to be valuable. I just wrote a recommendation for one of my swimmers who's a team player. He's a great guy, a college recommendation. And, I wrote it because I saw him do a swim, and instead of swimming down, he was counting for a 500 for his teammate.
Wow.
And I love teammate. I love people. He's a glue guy, and he's not a great swimmer, but he's a great teammate. And that's really important. Yeah.
I love that you said that. That's probably honestly the most important thing is your character and how you treat others, and kind of how the sport molds and shapes you is just significantly more important than all the milestones. And obviously there's different memories and things that you'll have, but how it shapes you as a person and your mentality and the relationships, that's pretty much unbeatable. So well, Mike, you are an inspiration to us, the Swim Strong family, and to the swimming world. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Loved having you on here. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Okay, great. Have a great day, everybody.
You too. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch a new episode each Monday. You can also check us out on social media at Swim Strong Dryland. If you would like to join the Swim Strong family, visit our website at swimstrongdryland.com.